ain't never seen them. I'm calculating my next move. You became a real nigga, seek refuge. Body shots for cars, better hit your bruise. My niggas home razor, check your little attitude. I came to fuck up your move on your little holiday like I'm Mr. Scrooge. Resurrected from the grave, walking from the fall. Bitches in my eyes, gripping the mic, screaming God bless the underdog down by the letter. And live by that protocol, walk by faith, not by sight. Ain't no open door struts, like that double wall resist. Will get poured into a world that never left. I will endure, election will be sure, correction will be swift. No Will Smith, but I am left. What else would you call the killer of deception? A leader got soldiers on post in every direction. On gold like a German chef, young and a restless, but honor like a diamond necklace. I know you feel me, nigga. Purchase your tracks today. Warrior with the hands, that's what I'm all about. Hunger in my eyes, vengeance in my mouth. They don't want no altercation. Situation gon' get critical. It's best that you be easy. The end gon' be biblical. Look, flow like a river. It's something like a miracle. Royalty in my veins, loyalty in my ways. Pay back in every word. Plus revenge in my heart. The truth in every word. Bring light into the dark.
Why they fired our whole company? Amazon fired our whole company.
Now they walking with them angels. So I guess I got this pistol for no reason. Niggas fed is breathing, criticizing all my achievements. Won't make me weak. Nah, it won't make me slack off. These niggas fed the facts off. Better bear witness some back off. I be ripping shit like sackcloth. Dumb dogs all boxed out. Behind me say I'll come full. No room for emotion. So I pour my heart out. This road hard, but I intend to stay. And if it ain't UPK, then they in the way. My niggas righteous, they real, they down to something. Flow so deep, I drown a motherfucker. He say he in the truth, oh yeah? Bro, this the home. And I don't hate them brothers, I'm just too loyal to my own. Plus what they believe, hard for me to follow. No rank me, no hand. And I ain't leaving this body to live and sleep in hollow. So when they ask I'm UPK, we tell them absolutely. And I ain't trimming my ways for nothing. Gotta execute me. Cause I can never die with my tail tucked between my legs. Shit I be thinking. Watching my daughters tucked in their bed. They so smart. And a lot of she's so beautiful, but they ain't like other babies, and they bad and far from usual. Now I'm missing cause I'm about my father's business. It ain't about the shit I used to do in that 98 and 10 never cease. See, without wisdom, this world make you weak. I found out that the truth was bitter. The lies are sweet. Tried everything. I guess me and Hunter had to meet. Now I make the blind see, and I make the dead speak. And teach both my little girls the day they think. Lie with a man, they better bring their bloody bed sheets. Chaos match the time. This clock match my handpiece. And I ain't trying to take him out, but I will defend this house. Or take a check. 144 in that black trench on some hitman shit. She call me 47. Praying for Armageddon. Me and my soldiers dressed for the wedding. Fuck the fame. Ask why I tell them I'm loyal to the king. Until the righteous reign. Loyal to the king. I want this shit like to break the chain. Loyal to the king. The devils can't have me, bitch. I'm loyal to the king. Bring that hot flame. New bitch say loyal to the king. Until the righteous reign. Loyal to the king. I want this straight line to break the chain. Loyal to the king. The devils can't have me, bitch. I'm loyal to the king. Bring that hot flame. New bitch say loyal to the king.
Got all.
So you ready?
Come with come.
Okay, good.
Shalom, Israel. We are the Isupk under Commanding General Yohana, coming out of 125th Street at 1 West, Harlem, New York. We are not affiliated with no other Israelite camp or organization on the planet. This is the Tuesday breakdown class, Trials and Tribulations. We have food draws every last and first Friday of the month, at 1 to 3 p.m. We be giving away food, clothes, hygiene, a variety of different things. So, come if you're in need of it, come get what you need, stack up. We got some nice clothes back there. We got tons of food, we also, radio show, St. Louis radio show with Captain Gold, that be going up, we talk about different things on that show from the crazy memes of the week to, your fake Christian pastors who really don't know anything that's leading us into ditches and stuff like that. It's lucky in my voice. I lost my voice. But yeah, that's every Sunday at 11 o'clock. So, make sure y'all tune in to that. The call-in number is 712-832-8330. You can get on the line and ask a question, or you can get on Facebook or YouTube and ask the question, but that access number to that to the call-in number is 825-1636. That's 825-1636. We also got another call-in number. If you can't get through on that one, you're a little shy to, show who you is, you can always call in. That number is 218-339-7800. So with that being said, we're gonna get right into today's lesson and stuff. Go ahead, sis. You got a question?
My question is, when and why would a man have to pay a dowry?
Okay, that's a good question, sis. This class is about trials and tribulation. So if any of y'all have any questions about that regarding trials and tribulations, or got something to say, you just make that quick statement. But to answer the sister question, which was a good question, she said when and where. You said when and why someone will have to pay a dowry. Well, being married, the father marrying off his daughters has always been in our culture, and the reason for that is simply because our women are weaker vessels. Our women are easily manipulated. They, not all of them, some of them, but the majority of them, you get what I'm saying, the gist of it. The majority of our women are easily manipulated. They most of them don't know what's best for them. So that's why the Lord always puts something over a woman's head. That's why main reason why sisters, when they come to class, and they get scripture breakdown, they got to put something over their head, because a sister always needs something over her head. Now, the sister asked about the dowry. We marry off our daughters because it's a special thing. It's like it's a thing, it's an actual bond between the daughter and the father, too, because the father is going to pick the best man for his daughter. He's just not gonna pick any man. You know, once you bring that man to your father, he's supposed to be the filter. He's supposed to be like, you know, a metal filter. He's supposed to filter out all the BS because men know me. Men know what men want, and if their intentions are true. You know, no doubt some men get swindled. We all get swindled. We all get finessed sometimes, you know. But for the most part, your father is going to pick you a good husband if he's a righteous man. Now, you know, a lot of people outside of our culture, like the heathens, whites, Arabs, all of them, they be having different things to say about our culture in regards to that, saying like we basically pimping our daughters off and stuff like that. Shalaki. And that's not true. That's actually contradictory to what we actually are doing. We guaranteeing this man that he's getting a righteous woman that grew up with the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, because we supposed to raise our children in the ways they're supposed to go. You know, we supposed to raise them in the law, statutes, and commandments. Right. So with that being said, you know, a man come to me for my daughter, you know, he's guaranteed to have a daughter that's, you know, a virgin for one, that's not a whore, because there shouldn't be no whores in the daughters of Babylon with the daughters of Babylon. Not just she's not a whore, but she's respectful. I taught her submission. Like all of these things that a lot of our sisters don't know. A lot of our sisters haven't been taught. You know, they get in relationships and they don't understand submission and they don't understand how important it is. So, you know, to answer your question, that's what we do in our culture. We marry off our daughters for safety reasons, for multiple variety of different reasons why we do it. But, you know, that's always been a part of our culture. Now, like, you know, a dowry could be anything. You know, a dowry could be a man working for your daughter. Yeah, a dowry could be, you know, he actually giving money. You know, a dowry could be something simple is him just coming to meet the father. You know, just so the father can see it and filter through that man, you know. So a dowry could be many different things, you know. But in our culture, we always had dowry. We always did stuff like that. So, you know, that's to answer your question, sis. You know, you want to chime in on that, Cap?
Well, we could pull the scriptures on it real quick.
Come.
Give me that in Exodus, where it talks about the dowry between the man and the father. There's no say like if you're in the right spirit, then what you will end up doing is you will go to that man first because the daughter is considered property of the father.
That's right.
Until she gets a suitable husband. Now, of course, it ain't no nothing, you know what I'm saying, crazy. Of course, you know what I'm saying? She is her daddy's baby girl. You understand? And he's going to get her a husband. So the man would step to him and say, hey, I want your daughter. You know what I mean? But if he does not, it's in the Bible. You understand? And the dowry is to be given anytime you, what they say, transfer of ownership. You understand?
Right.
That's what the father is her owner, her current owner. And then once the man marries her, lay down and have sex with her, then he's the current owner. You understand? It changes ownership. You understand? The woman is a man's property. It's in Exodus 20 and what's that, 16?
Come.
Or 21 and 22, right? Not 22.
Exodus chapter 22, verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her,
Mm-hmm.
he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
Okay, now, if a man entice a maid, if you turn around and run game on a young woman,
Right.
you understand, who's not betrothed, meaning she is not engaged, she's not promised to another man, and you lie with her, you have sex with her, you smash, you hit, you poke, you whatever they call it, you understand? You get busy with her, you understand? You shall surely endow her to be your wife, meaning now you have to take that, and you done hit it, now you can't quit it. There's no reversing sex. You understand?
That's
A lot
right.
of people need to learn that and understand that. That is one thing that you cannot reverse. You can buy a house and then change your mind and say, I want to sell it. I want to get rid of it. You can buy a car and change your mind and take it back to the dealership. You understand? But when you lay with that woman, there ain't no turning back. You understand? You shall surely you have made her your wife. All right. So once you hit it, you can't quit it. Keep reading.
That's right.
If her father utterly refuse to give her unto him,
Mhm.
he shall pay money according to the dowry
Okay.
of virgins.
Now, a lot of fake Israelites, of course, they don't know the Bible, and they like to twist these scriptures here. You understand? I'm gonna show you exactly what this means because I have heard so many fake Israelites say, "See, if the father refused, then he can't take the daughter. He got to pay the money according to the dowry of virgins." But what they don't understand is that in the previous scripture, the man already has to go pay the dowry.
Right.
You understand? That's what the endow her to be his wife is.
Right.
You have made her your property. Now you have to go take care of it. You understand? Now you gotta go take care of that father, right? Because say you didn't talk to him, you macked her down at the grocery store.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or she your coworker or something. You know what I mean? And one night y'all decided to Netflix and chill. You understand? So you turn around, you still gotta take care of it. There's no way around it, man.
That's
You
right.
have to go take care of it with that father. Now, read that again from the top, huh? Nice and slow.
Kind. If her father utterly refuse,
Now, if the father utterly refuses, he like, oh hell no. Nigga, I ain't say you can be with my daughter.
Right.
Now if he refused, keep on.
he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins.
The father is going to pay the dowry according to the virgin.
Right.
The man already got to take care of it. He came to you and he said, look, man, I know I didn't come and ask you for permission. I know I ain't talked to you about this, but me and your daughter, we had sex, and she's now my wife. Now, what I owe you? You know what I mean? And he like, nah, dog. So now the man, he has to pay the dowry to the father has to pay the dowry to the man because he's refusing. You understand? He's doing something that is not supposed to be done.
Right.
Like I said, you can't reverse sex. Now, who knows the precept on it?
Well, reversing sex.
Hmm?
Well, reversing sex.
Okay,
You asked for the precept to reverse sex.
kind of according to in context of what we're talking about. In context of what we're talking about. Who know the precept to this? To where the father would have to pay the dowry to the man. It's not saying that the man has to pay the dowry because I already said that. Who knows? Nobody know? Avon, give me Leviticus 19 to 29. I'm gonna show you why why the father cannot refuse.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter.
Read it again.
Do not prostitute thy daughter.
Read that one more time, nice and clear. It sounds like you're saying prosecute.
Do
Read
not prostitute thy daughter.
Do not prostitute thy daughter. Keep reading.
To cause her to be a whore.
And cause her to be a whore. Hold on, Slide. You cannot turn around and prostitute her. Just think about it. If a man is in his absolute wrong mind and he turn around and one brother come, he say, man, I just had sex with your daughter, man. Here go you know what I'm saying? They're going $1,000 like you said you want. And then I refused though, but you gotta give me that money. You see what I'm saying? And then he turned around, somebody else do it. And then he keep getting thousands of dollars. You understand? He's prostituting his daughter. You cannot prostitute your daughter. You can get a dowry first. You understand? You can't turn around and say, hey man, hey, just you got a lawn service, man, just cut my grass, you know what I'm saying, for the next 5, 10 years. You understand? Whatever y'all work out. If it's cash, it's cash. You know? If it's, work of business, I got a house that need rehab. Fix the house or whatever, like Jacob did. Jacob worked, you understand, 14 years for his 2 wives. You understand? So it's whatever the man and the father come up with, whatever agreement they come up with. But this scripture right here lets you know that that's not even talking about the father saying, okay, no, you can't have my daughter, but you gonna give me some money because you just got some of that monkey.
Right.
You understand? You can't do that. You understand? You cannot prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore. Keep reading the Bible. Is it more on that?
And the land become full of wickedness.
The land will become full of wickedness. Just think about it. Men will be doing that constantly to their daughters.
Right.
You understand? It'll be 50 goddamn men, and you have to be $500,000, $700,000 a whop. You know what I mean? You pay. That's wicked as hell. You know what I mean? Because like I said, sex is something that you cannot reverse. You understand? And that scripture right there. So if you marry a sister, then you gotta pay a dowry. If you want a sister out this school, you gotta pay a dowry. You understand? If you meet her in the world, you gotta pay me a dowry. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Cause I'm gonna get all of y'all money. And I'm just playing. No, but that's when you pay a dowry, man. You gotta pay that father for his daughter. Simple as that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But go ahead. That answer the question?
Calm.
Okay, most time question. You got any more questions?
Calm. The water. No, that was the only question so far.
Okay.
Is there any something on the line?
Mm-mm. We got
give me 1 Peter 1:6, because a lot of people think that coming into the Isupk, coming into these classes, a lot of it is going to get easy, and a lot of it's going to get you're going to get blessed. They take that Christian mindset that they learned in the world and they bring it into here, and they think because they on the right path and they doing what's right according to the Most High, they keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, that everything just gonna be sweet. And that's so far from the truth, because you got to realize that all of these things is taking place because the Lord is trying to, rid the world of. He's not trying to do anything. He's ridding the world of wickedness, and with him doing that, Israel was placed into slavery, placed into punishment. So, they had to learn from the mistakes that they were making from breaking of the laws, breaking of the statutes and commandments, breaking of the rules that the Most High gave them. So you got that verse for me up.
Count.
1 Peter 1:6.
1 Peter chapter 1 verse 6. Wherein ye greatly rejoice.
Go ahead.
Though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations.
He said you are in heaviness from the manifolds of temptations. It's you got to be happy with these things. When these things take place, when you see like you keep losing jobs for no reason, you pondering why you losing these slavery. Your ribs is acting all strange and stuff like that. You don't know what's going on and stuff like that. Different things is coming your way and transpiring. You gotta understand that Satan don't want you in his truth. Satan trying to show the Most High that you don't belong here.
Right.
He's trying to show the Most High that he's trying to show that you are unworthy of the Most High. So by him taking things away, like sort of like what he did with Job, exactly what he did with Job. He started to proceed to take things away. But life is much more than material things. We gotta learn these laws, statutes, and commandments. These things are happening to you to build you up, for you to go through that fire. So when the end comes, which is high time, the second world has passed already. It's high time for the end. You seeing all these plagues and all of these curses and all of these earthquakes and storms and different things happening, across the earth. People dying left and right. Nation against nation, nation rising against nation. That's nationality against nationality. That's race wars. You seeing all of these race wars. Look what Donald Trump is doing for white people, giving them the courage to stand up once again.
Right.
To say what has always been in their hearts, to say what's always been there, just for them to bring it back. They felt like they were silenced. So they put Donald Trump in office. Look at all these Arabs, all of these Asians. Every nation on the earth showed that they don't like us. And with that being said, read some more from me, y'all.
That the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth.
Right. He said that the trials of your faith is way much more than the gold. You got to endure to the end. Christians love to say that, believe in Christ, but get in the blood of Jesus, whatever they be saying. I ain't been in Christian church for so long. They love to say different stuff, but basically the whole moral of the story that they be saying and stuff is more so towards the fact that all you got to do is believe in Christ. Believe that Christ died for your sins, that he died upon the cross, and you shall be saved. But in the scriptures it say, give me that scripture, young man, where it said, endure to the end. The Lord said endure to the end. If it was like how Christians say, then all we got to do is just believe in Christ. Believe Christ died on the cross, which is factual.
Right.
And the whole world knows Christ died on the cross. What nation don't know Christ died on the cross? Every nation got a story of Yahweh in the Hebrew, Jesus Christ in the English. Every nation has a story of Yahweh Mashiach. Give it to Abam. Every nation has that story. So it's like that's all we got to do to be saved. That's all we got to do to make it to the kingdom. No, that is not all. The Lord said, go ahead with that verse again.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 22. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake.
He said, you shall be hated. You go out, like a brother was just telling me a story, like he ain't been in Christianity in so long. All of a sudden he get into the truth, he get into the Isupk. Now his family coming up against him. Now his mom said you done turned your back on Christ and all of these different things simply because he found the truth. What did it say? You shall be hated for what?
For my name's sake.
He said you shall be hated for my name's sake. That don't expel your family. That don't expel the closest people to you. That don't expel your kids and your mama and your uncles and your grandparents. They're going to say you turned your back on Christ when really you turned your back towards Christ. They want to know what it looked like. That's why you can be in any and everything on the earth. You can be in Christianity. You can be in Jehovah's Witness. You can be in Muslim mosque. You can be in everything that's acceptable on this earth. You could be even a Satanist, atheist. But it ain't till you come into the Isupk that your family say, "Are you in a cult? Are you doing this? You doing that? Are you wicked? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, you being brainwashed, like all of this different stuff." When they see you, they see your works. They see you feed hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people under command and general your honor every week.
Right.
They see you teaching classes every week, all week. They see what you talking about. They hear you. It ain't no question whether they hear you. They tuned in. Believe me. They heard what you said. They hear you for at least 5 minutes. They know what you're talking about. It's just the fact that now you truly are on this path. And it's unrecognizable to them. It was more recognizable to them for you to be a Satanist, a Satanist, or whatever, however you say it, for you to be playing with Ouija boards and all on your wall and all black with tattoos of eyeballs all on your forehead and stuff like that. It'll be more prosperous for you, according to them, for you to be in that. But as soon as you get to doing what you got to do, as soon as you get to, serving the Lord, right? You keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. Oh, he don't eat pork no more? Oh, that nigga wicked. I don't know no other meat to eat other than pork. Now you don't eat pork no more. Now you wicked. Now you don't eat shrimp, crab, and lobster no more. Now you wicked. You can't make gumbo. You can't make gumbo with nothing else.
Right.
They think gumbo is the only thing you can make gumbo with is shrimps.
Yeah.
It gotta have crawfish in it. It gotta have shrimp in there. Go ahead, Carol.
It's like they put that sausage in there too, right? Don't they put that
Right.
Damn, what's the thing? What is it? What is it? Just a beef sauce. I mean, the pork links. What is it?
Andouille.
The who?
Andouille.
Honduras.
Andouille sausage.
Andouille sausage.
sausage?
What is that? Pork sausage?
It is.
It's pork. That what they call it?
It's called andouille. It's
Okay.
French.
I knew it was so. I knew it was pork though.
Right.
But you sure right. They got to slap that pork in there, and they got to put that shrimp in there.
Right. They gotta put the seafood in there, and it's like it ain't nothing else on the planet Earth you can put in there. It ain't no beef sausage you can put in there.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it is. I ain't the smartest nigga in the world, but I'm pretty sure it's some other meat that you could put in there and it tastes completely like gumbo. But it's just the fact that you going against the grind.
Right.
You going against the things that you was taught, that they were taught, and it's unfamiliar. So they scared.
Right.
So they scared to do them things like blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians know the Isupk been telling the truth since '69. That's why the Muslims kill our babies. They know we've been telling the truth forever. But it's just a simple fact that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians scared. They see the change. They see these brothers getting off of drugs, see them getting off of weed, alcohol, not alcoholics no more, laying on the curb. They're not going to jail. They're not robbing and selling dope no more. So they see these brothers now like these brothers changing. These brothers is becoming more powerful, and blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are scared of that. They'd rather be comfortable getting high. They'd rather be comfortable with getting oppressed instead of getting out of this hellhole, teaming up with their brothers and sisters and getting up out of this hellhole.
Right.
And that's one thing they know about the Isupk. What was that, verse 6? That was still verse 6?
Verse 22.
No, you should have been in Peter first. Yeah, you reading a whole different verse. Read that verse, brother.
First Peter.
No, finish reading that.
Con. But he that endureth to the end shall be saved.
But the Lord said, "He that endures to the end shall be saved." You gotta endure these trials and tribulations. You gotta endure these tests of time. It's not gonna be easy. I'm telling you that to my brothers and my sisters. This walk is not easy at all. Everybody will hate you. Everybody will look upside your head like you crazy. You walk into the grocery store, and I'm not gonna lie, I had a problem with that. And that was the problem with Adam and Eve in the garden. They were ashamed. They were ashamed of having that big old beard and that nappy fro.
Right.
They was ashamed of being wearing, Eve probably was ashamed of wearing modest clothing. When all the other women around her showing off their figure and their curves. Eve probably had a better body than them. But she wanted to show it off. Adam probably was embarrassed because you know how many females I hear say, "Oh, you would look nice if you cut your beard off." Like, what? Like, I don't look nice now. I look like the same person. I just look like a pedophile with other people. I look like a little boy.
Right.
Why do I want to walk around looking like a little boy? I was doing that in high school. I didn't have no beard in high school. You know, I was walking around looking like a boy then. Now I'm a man. I still should look like a boy, even though I'm a man. And then we wonder why our women dominates us.
God.
We look cuter than our women. It's for our women to look cute, and we walking around beard or trim or skinny. Like you, what is that called? Metrosexual? You in the mirror more than your wife. Your wife is spend 20 minutes in the mirror getting ready, nigga. You spending 27. Like that. It shouldn't be like that. But you know, that's the problem with our people. Our people are ashamed of that. Our people are ashamed of the men ashamed of wearing garments. But this is the thing though. When you come into the truth, you gotta understand this. You gotta understand this to the point to this is your culture, to the point where you start to embrace it. To you wear UPK clothing, you wear Hebrew Israelite clothing every day of the week. What you say, Cap? I'm wearing fringes all week.
God.
Yeah, right.
Cap said I'm wearing fringes all week.
And not on the bottom of my shirt.
And not on the bottom of his shirt either. He ain't about to be looking crazy with fringes on the bottom of his shirt. But that's the problem. That's the problem. After a while, I understand coming into the truth. You've been raised in something for so long. You've been doing something for so long, and you're accustomed to it. You fall victim to it because it's like you've been doing it for so long. All you people doing it, they walking around with their pants sagging. You ain't never seen no fringes in your life, except for the fake Jewish people who be having tassels. I don't even think they even have fringes. They have tassels.
God.
You know, they got little curtain rods, curtain strings on that end of their clothes. So, you know, that's the only time you've seen fringes. You don't even know what fringes look like. But, you know, now that you're in the ISUPK, you wearing fringes. You go ahead, sis. You got something to say?
I was gonna say our people so simple, they still following after the oppressor with his little tassels, and you know they trying to make them in different colors and stuff, but you know they don't know what they actually is because they ain't in the truth. What they really is starting to just wear their tassels, trying to make them, and then they just be hanging from on the inside of their clothes.
Right, and that's because of oppression. That's because of oppression. Our people can't see past the white man. The white man says something is not customary. So the white man say this is not normal, and blacks, Hispanics follow suit.
Right.
Because they're slaves. That's something a slave would do. A slave would not embrace their culture. A slave would not would wear what somebody else tells them to wear. Everybody else wearing Jordans, so you feel like you should be wearing Jordans. While all the brothers in the ISUPK walking around with boots on. And you wonder why. Because when Christ comes, he's not coming with a sword. He's coming with, he's not coming with peace. He's coming with a sword. Shalaki. So that's warfare. That's why these brothers is always prepared. These brothers is always ready. They always look like they in war mode. Because we are in war mode.
Right.
Our oppressor is killing us 40 going north. Our oppressor kills us by the thousands every day. And you think, oh no, 1,000 people don't die by the hands of the police. That's not the only way the oppressor kills you. He's starving you to death. It's blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that's dying from starvation. It's blacks and Hispanics that's dying from the hands of the police. It's blacks and Hispanics dying in the prison system. It's blacks and Hispanics dying in the abortion clinics. It's blacks and Hispanics dying in the ghettos for different reasons. Because of the white man, he created these ghettos. He created these snares and traps for us to perish. Give me Job 23:10. Right. He created that for us to perish. You know, so we got to understand the oppressor is at war. He is at war. He's killing us by the thousands every day. You know, he what else some of the stuff he's doing to destroy us? You know, the school system. How many of our young kids is dying from the school system, hanging themselves and being oppressed and all that stuff? You got something to say, sir?
Nah, I was gonna say that, and then with them closing schools, they having meetings tonight about them closing schools. We talked about that last time, where they shutting the schools down in the hood, and then gonna force them out to the county, and then as soon as the kid have a behavioral issue because of the cultural adjustment,
Right.
And you can't come pick your kid up from school, they're gonna hotline you.
And that's another way for them to get our kids caught up in the system.
Right.
Another way. Like, how many kids is being caught up in the system for no reasons at all? Go ahead, sir.
Culture shock is what it's called.
Yeah, culture shock. You going to school with all these Edomites. That's a culture shock. Just to think about it is shocking me. Yeah, just to think about all these white faces, only black face. You think that they ain't gonna come for you? Anything that's different, people is going to come for. That's why you need to stay with your own people. You need to stay around your own people. But the white man being the devil that the Bible speaks of,
Right.
he knows that he have to create special ways for you to die. And to destroy a young mind with the school system, is a heinous thing. Go ahead, sir.
It's the last thing, but
No, keep coming with it.
I went through something like that where it was just a tad bit different as far as the coffee shop coming from a city school going to a county school.
Right.
And it was something so little as going to school down in the hood. We ain't in class right when the bell rings. We in class 2 to 3, 5 minutes later.
Right.
But out there, the hallway's empty before the bell rings. And then on top of that, they ain't wearing uniforms. And you used to wear uniforms where you can get away with wearing your khakis 2 days in a row before having to change to some new khakis. But you ain't got no clothes because of the poverty that you're in. You gotta be wearing, the same clothes or even some dirty clothes to school. And also, out in the county, it's more likely that they accept homosexuality more than in the city schools. In the city schools, you're gonna get bullied straight.
Right.
No matter how hard you try to be the opposite sex, they gonna let you know you want Sarai or you want some vagina, some life.
Right.
But in the county school, went out there and it was like I always say, it was 95% of the school was homosexuals, and the 5% that wasn't was me and my siblings, my cousins that was going to hurt.
Right. And that's absolutely correct though, what you're saying, because like that all ties into, like you just said earlier, to the culture shock. To the culture shock and the stuff that's not customary to us. That's why the Lord said for us not to marry them and not for us to give our sons and daughters unto them, because they're more prone to all the things that goes against the Most High. You can look at their culture, you can look at the things that they do now in this society in America. They love homosexuality.
Right.
Homosexuality is a thing that the oppressor, that the white man loves to death. He's so keen on this homosexuality thing, like this murder. Murder is one thing that he is good at. The white man is exceptional at murdering people, things. It doesn't matter. What else he good at? That's pretty much all the thing he really good at is murdering, stealing, and homosexuality. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
He is the oppressor that the Bible speaks of. And that's why we speak on him so much, because blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians need to understand that he's our enemy. And he's the one allowing these trials and tribulations to take place upon us in this society, in this country, in America. All of these trials that's happening, it ain't simply because Satan is simply trying to destroy you. Some of the stuff Satan ain't even doing. Some of the stuff is just the white man being the devil that the Bible speaks of, that's why them things happen to you. Like you think, okay, you get into the truth, you get into the Isupk, you learn that trials and tribulations gonna come. You learn that it's gonna get harder. You learn that you gotta overcome certain things and stuff like that. But when you walk out there and you get pulled over for no reason, you think that's Satan doing that, or you think that's the Most High? I mean, you think that's Satan doing that, or you think that's the white man being the devil doing that? He's sitting in the lurking places for you. You know, no doubt Satan is using the white man as a puppet, you know, to allow these things to happen. I told my wife when she first came into the truth, I said, expect everything that you think will happen, expect that to happen. Anything that you think may go wrong, expect it to go wrong. Expect you to lose jobs for no reason. You don't understand. You expect for people to talk about you, talk down on you. Expect all of these things to happen to you, and sure enough, all of these things take place. All of these things is happening to her simply because you got to be strong in here. You got that verse for me up? Go ahead.
Job chapter 23, verse 10. But he knoweth the way that I take. When he have tried me, I shall come forth as gold.
He said, when he have tried me, I shall come forth as gold. It ain't going to be no more weaknesses in the kingdom of heaven. You ain't going to get no, oh, I want to read it. Oh, I want to try this over. I wasn't ready. It ain't going to be none of that in the kingdom of heaven. You're going to be put to death. You break them laws, statutes, and commandments. You break them laws, statutes, and commandments, it's a wrap for you. You know, it's going to be worse in the times of Moses for you than you wanted to say something good. It's going to be worse for you in the kingdom of heaven than in the times of Moses. And Moses didn't play with the law. You did anything wrong, Moses had them, he had hitmen. He had hitmen on your behalf. You committed adultery, you got stoned to death. You was eating unlawful things, you got cast out. You know, different things that you was doing, Moses put that punishment on you. But imagine Christ. Imagine Christ in the kingdom of heaven when you say, well, what you think the Isupk was for? You was out there smoking weed, doing all of these things when you should have been practicing on how to keep the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
So when that kingdom come, you perfected perfection. You perfected the laws. Now you ain't got to worry about what else I'm going to eat other than pork. You ain't got to worry about all that because you perfected the law. You perfected the things that you needed to do. Now you in the kingdom living it up. You living it up, and that's the way you supposed to be. That's the way it's supposed to be for you. But instead, you out here running around. Because you think it's YOLO or one life to live and stuff like that. And that's not the actual. That's not factual. You know, according to the Bible. That's not something that's in the Bible. You only live one time. You only got one life to live, or you might as well make the best of it. That's some Christian garbage for them to continue to take your money, for you to continue to sin. Because the more you sin, the more you stay in Christianity.
Right.
The more you sin, the more you're going to want Christianity. Because Christianity makes it okay. Oh, come on, brother. Come on, sister. It's all right. The Lord accepts you for how you is. And no doubt the Lord do accept you for how you is. But he don't want you to remain how you is. He don't want you to stay how you is. You know, but Christianity allows you to stay how you is. So you could bust down them thoughts all day. You can sell dope. You can do all of these different things. And Christianity gonna be like, come on in, brother. Come on, just put a couple dollars in that collection plate and we won't say nothing else about it. You know, you're going to live here and you're going to rejoice and you're going to love the Lord simply because the Lord loves you. He hates to sin but loves the sinner, right? Ain't that scripture about?
Come.
No, that's not the scripture. He hates the sinner and the sin.
Right.
Don't let Christianity fool you. Don't let Christianity bamboozle you into thinking that the Lord is going to bless you simply because you got some holy water thrown on you, or you bought some magical water at 3 a.m. because you was watching some devil on TV talking about all you need is $49.99 and you will be blessed forever. You will get that new Hummer. You will get that new mansion that you was wanting and that you was asking for. You will get all of those things. You know, don't let them bamboozle you with that.
Salaki.
Go ahead.
This sidebar this morning, I heard Hamite say $1,000.
$1,000,
God.
right? But he don't want it for himself, huh?
So you see, for the covenant with the Lord for $1,000.
Right. You know, he don't. But that's the thing. You know it's a crock of BS because he would. As greedy as these pastors is, they would keep that for themselves. They would do them blessings over and over and over again.
Right.
They would turn that 1,000 to 2,000. They keep doing it. You know, you think they want you to be blessed too? That's why they on at 4-5 in the morning.
God.
You never thought of that, did you? They on at 4-5 in the morning because don't nobody want to hear that. Ain't nobody that crazy. The ones that go ahead.
So like they also on there because they know grandma ordering.
Right. And they know the ones that is up at that time is desperate as hell.
Right.
Desperate as hell, probably lonely as hell, and they can sell anything to. I could sell a dream to them people that's up at 5 in the morning. Because most people got to be at work and all of that stuff.
Right.
After a certain thing, what was it, MASH? After MASH or NASH come on, you know it's time to go to bed. You hear them helicopters? Huh? You hear them helicopters, you like, oh, yeah, it's time to go to bed. You know, even if you ain't even sleepy enough, you going to bed. Like, it's ridiculous how much the white man is the oppressor, man. You
Right.
know, so with that being said, let me get this other verse. Yeah, the white man is the devil, man.
That's right.
He will not stop at nothing to keep blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in the ghettos, in trials and tribulations, in all of these different things. You know. I'm getting this verse real fast. I got it right here. James 1:12. Yeah, but we gotta understand, like, these little things that we going through now, that's only to make you strong. That's only to make you give you more courage, uplift you more, you know, to fix you and the little so-called problems that you have. You know, you got that? James 1:12. Yeah, the Lord has always been here for Israel. Lord always looked after Israel. Go ahead.
James chapter 1 verse 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation.
He said, blessed is what?
The man that endureth temptation.
No, blessed is the man that buy holy water at 3 a.m.
That endureth temptation.
Blessed is the man that goes in the Christian church and say, I believe in Christ.
That endureth temptation.
The Lord said, blessed is the man that endures temptation. You have to endure something. You have to go through something. Don't think this walk about to be easy. And they love to prey. Satan loved to prey on the young, that's impressionable, that's just starting their life out, that's just starting to do things, you know, that don't know no better, that's experimental. Like Satan trying to send them through everything. Um, um, Shalaki, Cat, what was that verse that said, "Don't blame it on youth"?
Don't blame it on who?
Youth, being young. You know how a lot of women and men try to, oh, I'm young, I'm young. It's a verse. Shalaki, come with a come. You know, it's you. We got to understand that that's why our children need to be monitored. It takes a village to raise our kids.
Right.
We came up with that. We came up with that saying. We came up with that saying and that thing and that particular thing that happens where a village raises a child. All of us gotta raise this child. All of us gotta look after this child. All of us gotta watch over him or watch over her or him, simply because, they need constant watching. You gotta cut. Oh, I thought you had it on. Yeah,
I got
he
Con-
come with a come.
Upon it's Ecclesiastes 11 and verse 9.
That was it. We gonna jump back.
Ecclesiastes 11 and verse 9.
Come.
Yeah, because we gotta understand that these things that's taking place, these things is for a reason. How you gonna say to Christ like the reason why Christ was made like man is for him to be able to endure the trials and tribulations of the man. He could have been made like any celestial body, any celestial being that he wanted to be made like. But it endowed him to be made like his brethren. I'm paraphrasing, of course. It endowed him to be made like his brethren so he can be an everlasting priest. So he would know what it is. Like, that's how you know the Trinity is fake. That's how you know the Trinity is BS because if Christ was half God and half man, if God really impregnated Mary, that would make him a demigod, half man, half God. So how can Christ say, "Well, I know what you're going through, brother. I understand this. I understand that. I went through the same thing. You got powers. You got stuff that we don't have. You made in a sense and in the body that we're not made in. We made by humans. You made by God. So it's easy for you to endure. Shalaki. It's easier for you to endure trials and tribulations. For you to endure Satan when he throw his arrows at you. You got that for me up. Go ahead and read for.
Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 9. Rejoice, O young man.
Rejoice on what?
O young man.
Go ahead.
In thy youth. And
right.
let thy heart cheer thee in the days of thy youth.
Right. He said, rejoice, O young man, in the days of thy youth. Yeah, you're supposed to be happy that you're young. Yeah, you're supposed to have a good time when you're young. But go ahead.
And in the sight of thine eyes. But know thou.
But what?
But know thou.
Go ahead.
That for all these things God will bring thee into judgment.
Right. The Lord said, but for know all of these things, go ahead and have fun. Shalakia. Go ahead and be a kid. That's what this scripture is saying. Be a kid. But don't be an unruly kid. Don't be a kid that, I'm young, I can do whatever it is under the sun. No, you're gonna be accounted for everything that you do. Being young or not. You're gonna have to pay for the things that you do. That's why Shalaki. That's why people say, man, I wish I was a kid again. I wish I could go back a couple years, man. I'd change this and I'd change that. I wouldn't even go out here. I wouldn't even do this. That's why, go ahead, Sue.
I have a question about what you're bringing out as far as when people say, I wish I was still a kid. So Christians, my mom always used to say that 12 is the age of accountability, and that the Most High is going to start holding you accountable, like for your actions and punishing you for them. I want to know, like, why do Christians, is that true, and why do Christians tell their kids that?
Accountability. The age of accountability is Shalaki. You see how I'm trying to say it, but Shalaki, if I'm pronouncing it, but the age of accountability is when you able to account for what you did. You know, it could be 8. I know 8-year-olds that know what they're doing. I know 7-year-olds that know what they're doing. You will see a 4-year-old and they know exactly what they're doing. Now, granted that granted the Most High ain't about to cause pain to come upon a 4-year-old for doing something that he know that that's something that a 21 or 32-year-old will go through. You know, like it's like age accountability. I don't know where they get that from. To be honest with you, I heard that too when I was growing up in the world and stuff like that. Like they said, when you become a teen, that's when you realize that you are doing wrong and stuff like that. So all them young kids that be doing stuff, I know kids that's terrible at the age of 10. I know kids that know more about the streets at 10 years old than most adults do. You know, it's all in the sense. That's why the Lord said, raise up a child in the way they should go. Because kids learn, they're like sponges, especially at a certain age, like 2 and like 6. They're like sponges. They soak everything up. You know, so they learn manipulation. They learn right and wrong ASAP. A kid will learn right and wrong quicker than you will. You know, a kid knows, okay, I got in trouble for doing that. I didn't get in trouble for doing that. So they learn right and wrong in that situation. So they know right and wrong. You know, so that age thing, I don't believe is any particular age number in the scriptures. I could be wrong. Is it a certain age of accountability in the scriptures? I don't believe it is. It might be, but I doubt it. I'm like 90% sure, you know, that it's not.
Shalaki.
I'm going to double check on that.
Con, you know, so.
It says 12, but I just double check it just to make sure according to the scriptures.
Con, because you know, they.
I was just gonna say I know why they. Well, I was told why it was 12 when I was.
Go ahead.
They said because that's when Yahweh went to the temple and for the Passover, and when his family left, he was still there, questioning and talking with the doctors of the law. That's because he was 12 then. So they said that's when you should be able to be accountable around puberty. So 12 was the age they gave.
That has nothing. I mean, well, if that's why they said 12, that has nothing to do with Christ being. Christ probably could have cut them at 8. You know, Christ was lethal with the scripture. You know, he was raised. He had the spirit of the Most High on him since he was in the womb. Just like John the Baptist. John the Baptist could have cut him in the temple if he wanted to. You know, Paul was raised up that way. Paul was lethal. Paul was one of the best priests with them law, statutes, and commandments. So, you know, just because Christ was cutting some idiot Pharisees when he was 12 years old, don't mean that accountability is that age.
Right.
And to be honest, I think it's younger than that. I know my son and my daughter, they both 9 years old. And I know for a fact they know things. They know what to do and what not to do. They know a lot of things. You know, so I'm not finna put it past. If my son or my daughter knows something, I'm not finna play like they don't know it or they stupid because they only 8 and 9 years old. Right. No. If I feel like my son, I'm gonna hold my son accountable for what I feel like he knows. I'm gonna hold my daughter accountable for what I feel like she knows. And if she don't know, I'm gonna teach it to her. And then once she learned it, then she's gonna be held accountable after that. No matter what, like we don't even learn everything by the time we 12. We don't learn everything by the time we 21 and 18. We don't even learn stuff by the time we 30. We still learning every day of our life. So what accountability for what? Murder? I think a kid know murder is wrong at 6, 7 years old. 4 years old, they see murder and they're like, I don't want to die. Right. Daddy, I don't want to die. They know that's wrong. They know people going around shooting at 6, 7 years old. They know that's wrong. So what is you being held accountable for? It depends on what it is that they're being held accountable for, and you gotta pay them according to their knowledge. You gotta pay them according to their intellect. You know, but the white man being the devil, he play our kids to intellectual at a young age.
Right.
That's why I pulled that scripture. Go back to that. That's the same scripture. You go on that. That's why I brought out that scripture because young people. Young. So let me expound a little more on that scripture. Then, young people need to understand that, you know, once you start growing up, man, it's certain things that you gotta start making choices and decisions on. Some decisions is smart, some decisions is not smart. And you being young, that is not a reason to make dumb decisions. Go ahead.
There's verse 10.
Well, go ahead with verse 10.
Therefore, remove sorrow from thy heart, and put away evil from thy flesh, for childhood and youth are vanity.
See? You see, he said, put away evil things. Put away that childish mentality when you're a kid, according to you, okay, I'm just a kid, I just want to go have fun. I just want to party. I'm 17 years old. I'm 16 years old. All I want to do is party all day. It's more things that you could be doing than party. I knew people, it wasn't me necessarily, but, you know, I was watching my little sister since I was like 13, 14, you know, younger than that. I used to have to do my sister hair because my mama used to come home drunk and all of that stuff. So I used to have to do my sister hair, put it in a ponytail. Of course, I couldn't do it like my mama did it, but, you know, she used to hate me for it. But I tell her I'm doing the best that I can. But the whole moral of why I say that is simply because it's like certain things we got to do being young that don't exclude us from you know, being young. It don't just because you're young don't mean you won't have to take care of your siblings. Just because you're young don't mean you can go out and murder and drink and get wasted and get rock star wasted.
Right.
You know, that don't mean that. Just because you're young. And a lot of kids do that. And if you think like how the scripture just said, you put away those things and you make smart decisions, because we all can make decisions. We all got the choice to make different decisions in our life. So if you make those smart decisions while you're young, you make them smart decisions while you're young, it'll be better for you when you get older. You won't have to walk around and say, man, I wish I can go back. And 90% of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, even though the white man and the devil know that they done made a lot of bad decisions when they was young. And they all say, like, dang, man, when I was young, I wish I was in the truth. Right. Like Maccabee, for instance. Maccabee was what? Officer of 5,000 by the time he was like 18.
Time.
But he was one of the youngest officers of 5,000, if I'm not mistaken, probably in the UPK. But that's because, like, and I used to say all the time when I see him, I'm like, I wish I was doing what he was doing at my age, at his age. Because when I was 18, 17, 19, I wasn't thinking about no dang on Bible. I wish I had been.
Right.
But I wasn't thinking about no Bible. I was thinking about everything. I was mainly thinking about them melons and what you call them? What type of melons are they, Cap? Sour melons. I was thinking about those, boy. Like every thought was about those.
Right.
You know, I couldn't stop thinking about that. You know, so especially when I got to taste one of them sour melons, you know, it was a wrap from there. You know, I was shooting everywhere. Nigga, I was catching a bus to anywhere, to any chick.
Right.
I was like, where you going? I'm going on the south side. We stay all the way on the north side. How you about to get there? I'm gonna get on the bus. So right, I walk. You got a bike, a 10 speed. I'll be there in about at 7 o'clock tonight. But yeah, it was just like our youth. Don't blame things on the youth. Don't blame things just simply because you young. Do better. Learn. Grasp these things.
That's right.
Grasp wisdom. That's basically what that verse said. Take this wisdom in while you young. Think of how much better it's gonna be for you when you get older. Think of how many better opportunities you will have. Like Cap, I know you can vouch for it too. You can too, Bob. I know for a fact. You know, Terrence might can too. You know, as much money that these brothers that probably blew in the world on wickedness, knowing that they could have, if they was better, if they had the wisdom of the Bible, what we could have did with that. We could have a building. We could have a building for 10, 15,000 where we could house brothers and sisters. You can be a prominent man of the community at the age of 19. Even with the white man being the devil, we still have the opportunity because the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man is strong. He's strong and he's very cunning. You know, we make a way through all of these ghettos and these traps and these different things that the Lord have us that the Lord allow us to go through. You know, we figure out everything, like from the different hustles that we figure out. You know, we've been doing that since slavery. You know, because we've given less, so we make the most out of it. You know, whether it's wicked or whether it's good.
Right.
You know, we was like the cotton gin, the telephone, electricity. What else? The peanut butter, everything. Like we was just inventing stuff because we didn't have many things. The white man was comfortable. He had them things. We had to invent them things. So with that being said, like we real cunning, we real smart. So why can't we use that at a young age? You know, drop that and go back to the verse in James.
James chapter 1, verse 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation.
Blessed is the man that endures temptation. Go ahead.
For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life.
He said, because when he's tried, he shall receive the crowns of life. I promise you, young man, I promise you, young woman, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, it might not be sweet right now. Might not be sweet right now, but, you know, Christ is on his way. And it's about to get real great. I know I heard the generals talking about the chariots and the scriptures and stuff, and how the chariots going to come get us while they put down all the kingdoms of the world. You know, that's going to be sweet and lovely. You going to see that. You going to see that in your lifetime. I'm blessed to see it in mine. More than likely I am, the way things is going. The way I don't see no more than 5, 6, 7 years. If that. The way this coronavirus is going through, you know, the Lord probably don't need 7 plagues. He probably used 1 plague to wipe them out. He said that America gonna fall in a day. You know, so that means expeditiously. That's right. That's what y'all say? Expeditiously. That's what that means. You know, America's gonna fall really fast. And then imagine being in them chariots. You know, imagine asking Michael, hey man, scoot over, let me draw this chariot, man. I know I ain't got my license, but you know, I've been driving a 98 Caprice when I was 17. You know, so you know, it's like, man, I know it's not sweet right now. I know we're oppressed, we're being murdered, You got to do these things. You got to sacrifice your life. You can't go out and kick it all the time. You can't go be with females all the time. You got to come to class. You got to show up in class. You got to have your boots on. I know all of that. I know all of that is a struggle right now. But give it some time. Imagine having them crowns on your head in the kingdom of heaven forever.
Right.
A gold crown, jewels, diamonds, everywhere. That's always been our style. We always had chains, golds, jewelry. We always been like that. Imagine when you in the kingdom, then you will have all the women that you want. You will have all the riches that you want. It won't be no murder. And you'll be doing that forever. So what is it about this small time? It said endure to the end, right? Just the thought about it. I know these brothers just in la la land right now with me speaking of this. Because just the thought about you just visualizing it in your head, man, you're gonna be like, man, that's sweet, man. It need to hurry up.
Damn right.
You know, right. It said endure to the end. It's only but a little time. Go ahead and knock out these little things that you got to do. Come on, come to class. Become an officer. Learn his Hebrew. Learn what you got to do. Learn his wisdom. Because in turn, it's still gonna have you a better life. With doing this, you still gonna live a better life in this society than you would without learning it. You still gonna have a better life. So not only is you gonna have a better life in this society, but you also gonna live forever with crowns and jewels. You know, what's better than that? Drop that for me, and give me Hebrews 12:6. What you know, what's better than that? What's better than living forever, you know, with all the greatest blessings of the earth? You know, your mama ain't gotta be in pain no more. You know, your daddy ain't on drugs no more. You know, you seeing your brothers and sisters, you having a good time. You ain't gotta go to work to barely pay bills. You know, everything is just sweet and lovely. That's when the Most High gonna be a rainbow God. That's you know, you hear all of the good things that Christianity speak of in the churches. The Lord ain't like that right now.
Right.
Don't listen to them fools right now. But in the kingdom of heaven, that's how the Lord is going to have the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven is going to be just like heaven. It ain't going to be no more murder, no premature deaths, no drugs, no oppressor, no white man. I'm so tired of looking at white people. Every day, my passion for white people just man, it goes on another scale. Every day I hate the way they drive. I hate the way they talk. I hate the way they eat. I hate everything about them, though. Like, if you really watch them, they whole being is pointless.
That's right.
Like, dude, what is they here for? The Lord, the Lord know he know how to make a nigga straighten up, dummy.
Right.
He know how to straighten you up. Let's put him under the white man. You know, I guess all them other slaveries didn't work. I guess Egypt didn't work, and Assyria and Babylon and all of them different, and Persia. I guess all of them slaveries didn't work. He said, you know what? I got something for them this time. I'll put them under the white man. Oh, Lord, I don't want to go into slavery no more. The white man has done a number, and he won't quit. He said, you know what? I'm going to challenge the God. I'm challenging God. He challenging God now. He think he better than stronger than God now. It's like the white man is the real devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
You know, you got that verse for me?
Kind.
Go ahead.
Hebrews chapter 12, verse 6. For whom the Lord loveth.
For whom what?
The Lord loveth.
Go ahead.
He chasteneth.
The Lord said, for whom he loveth, he chastens. That means that you're going to go through some things. Why? Hold that verse and give me Amos 3:2. You're going to go through some things because he loves you. If the Lord didn't love you, you would be just like the white man. Do y'all see the white man going through anything? Do y'all see him oppressed? Do you see his nation suffering from diabetes and high blood pressure? Only thing the white man is suffering from is lack of pigmentation. So whatever comes with lack of pigmentation, lack of being original, the lack of having the immune system to endure in the earth, that's the only thing the white man is suffering from. Granted that he's going to get punished for all his crimes and atrocities that he committed, but right now he's not being oppressed. The white man is not. He's able to go out to basketball games, go out to bars and enjoy himself. He loved being around his people because he's able to get drunk, do some homosexuality, and go home to his wife, and be happy. Ain't nobody exposing him. He ain't got to worry about all of these different things. He ain't got to worry about the police. The white man have 7 DUIs before they even think about getting him some time.
Right.
He have about 3-4 pedophile cases before they even think about giving him some time. The white man can do whatever he wants in this kingdom. In this kingdom, this is truly heaven for the white man. But we going through everything. Go ahead, read.
Amos chapter 3, verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
The Lord said, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you. That's why we being punished. That's why we in the ghetto strung out on dope. That's why our parents is messed up. That's why our kids is messed up. That's why we getting shot down by the police and we being raped. Our sisters being raped. Some of the brothers being raped. All of these different atrocities is happening to us simply because the Lord said, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. The Lord don't know them. Right. The Lord don't know the African man. The Lord don't know the Arab man. The Lord don't know the white man and the Asian man. He don't know them. That's why they just now getting coronavirus, the Asians. How long they been eating cats and dogs? They've been doing that forever. Everybody been doing that. Don't go to Juan's World. You might get a cat or a dog.
Right.
They've been saying that since I've been growing. I'm 33 years old. They've been saying that since I was a kid, since I can remember. They've been talking about the Asians eating all types of crazy stuff. That's nothing new. They've been doing this. They just now getting coronavirus. No, they ain't getting coronavirus because of that. They getting coronavirus because of the crimes they commit against blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
They getting coronavirus because this the end times, and the Lord about to send pestilence and famines and diseases across the earth.
That's right.
That's why they getting coronavirus, not because they eating. They've been doing that forever. So the Lord said, "You only have I known of all the families of the earth." That's a blessing. I know right now it don't look like a blessing. I know right now it looks like a curse. I know right now we are in hell. That's why you in this class. That's why you in the Isupk. That's why you learning how to please the Lord. So you won't have to live in hell. Now it's about watching your people live in hell. You know the truth. So you go out there every day and you like, damn, what can I do to help this brother or this sister? What can I do to try to make their life better? Because I know the scriptures is the truth. I know the Lord is the truth. I know these things is the truth. How can I get them to understand that? How can I get them to understand that, keep the law, statutes, and commandments? And the Lord will take care of you. For us to walk back under the umbrella of the Most High. How can I get them to understand that? That becomes the biggest problem now. Cat, what's the biggest problem now?
You said what?
What's the biggest problem for you now?
Biggest problem for me now?
Right.
It's the oppressor. You understand?
Right.
It's a blue-eyed, blonde-haired unicorn.
Right. Yes.
That's the biggest problem for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yep.
And in the way this unicorn is doing our people is ridiculous. It's ridiculous how he's doing our people. He is the biggest problem, granted. But what's the outcome of him being the biggest problem? Our people being destroyed. We got to go out there and see our people land on the curb. You know how bad that feels? You know when other nations look at them, no matter, you can have all the cleanest clothes on, all the jewelry. When they look at them, they looking at you too. They representing you too. When you see them on them expressways and white people be looking at them with disgust, that's how they look at all black people. Because of that one brother. Because you are a representation. A flock of birds fly together. You are a representation of the Lord. You are a representation of your brother, just like your brother is a representation of you. You know, when they see you on that basketball court dunking, they think of your brother just like that, who ain't out there dunking. He's a tremendous athlete. What, don't they think all black people could play basketball? Why do they think that? Because Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, them niggas is exceptional. Them some one in a million type of athletes. But that not according to white people. White people is combing the ghettos for them athletes every day. Every day simply because they think all of us is like that. When they see us smoking drugs, using drugs, getting high on drugs, they think we all crackheads. They think we all can be bamboozled into using drugs. That's what they think. So when you see your brothers and your sisters out there, you cannot look at them like you better than them. Because none of the other nations think you better than them. What makes the Arab man, when you go into a gas station, what makes him try to cheat you? Because he cheated another brother that looked just like you. He said, you know what? I'm going to try him too. What makes me go out there and see the white man that locked up all my brothers and sisters and stuff like that from the white man that's at a university teaching the class? What makes me go out there in that university and say, he's just like the one I seen locking up all my brothers and sisters? Because they represent each other too. The Asians represent each other. All the nations of the earth represent each other. That's why the Bible said, you know, I'm paraphrasing, of course, you know, you're going to cleave unto your own. You're going to flock, basically flock with your own kind. You're going to choose your own kind simply because y'all are a representation of each other. Y'all are the same thing. So when we see the white man, best believe, don't think different. Like them Christians, but they love to say, no, all white people is bad. Right? All of them is bad. I don't know one that's not bad. and if they ain't, which I think they all is, I have yet to be proven wrong. I'm pretty sure some of these brothers and sisters in here have yet to be proven wrong. I haven't seen no white person, and this is the honest to God truth, speaking none but truth. I haven't seen not one white person actually with no motive, with no motive, with no ulterior motive, do something nice for a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. I have yet to see it. Without no secret motive. I be seeing white people adopt little black kids, and they, like, I've been watching a couple sports shows and stuff like that. I seen some white people adopt little black kids, and they become great sports players. What did they get out of it? They got a lot out of it. They millionaires now. They probably molested and beat that child, but they millionaires now. Now that kid gonna look after them through anything and everything. White people have ulterior motives with everything they do. Whether it's hiring you for a job, whether it's opening up a door for you. You see white people open up the door for you? You know why they open up the door for you? A lot of people don't know. Why you think white people open up the door for you? Why you think a white man opened the door for you, Terrence? Go ahead, sis.
Like it's because they feel shame.
Nope. But they be feeling that too, yeah. Why you think a white man will open the door for you, Terrence? Because he wants you to go in front of him. Because he's scared of you. They all have ulterior motives, whether it's shame, like the sister said. Feel shame is always an ulterior motive with every single thing that they do.
That's right.
Like what the sister just said, shame. I seen white people open the door for me and they'll look down. They'll look down, they won't make eye contact with me, but they'll open the door for me. I'm like, yeah, you know your place, little doggy. Go ahead, sis. You got something to say?
My oppressive co-worker said today, yesterday she showed up and went to the wrong location, the wrong room. And of course it's all Jake and Eve in the room and she's in there. It was a training class as far as gyrating training. She's in there like this, being the most active, raising her hand. And she was like, it took her 20 minutes before she noticed that she was in the wrong room. And everybody just looking at her. And so she told me today that she feels shame because I knew one of the girls that was in the class, and so she was like, she from the hood, you could tell, talking about the oppressive woman. And she was like, yeah, I'm from the South Side type stuff.
Right.
Type stuff. And so she gonna say, yeah, because some you can tell when some of the black girls in the room don't mess with you. Right. You know what I mean? Because they don't mess with white people. And she was like, basically she get white shame because of it. She said it makes her feel horrible. She was like, it makes her feel like it just makes her feel horrible. And she was like, even artwork at the headquarters of our building have from the beginning of slavery and the pyramids and all of that, all the way to Malcolm X, MLK, and then Obama, all that type stuff. A nice guy brother drew all of that, but she said she just feel real, it's upsetting to her.
Oh.
Like, it make her feel real bad.
Her feelings was hurt, huh?
She my coworker, so I was just like.
Well, when she look at that timeline of all them paintings by that Gadite, do she stop and feel that same sadness when we get to that slavery and them chains and yoke and them beating us and feeding our kids to alligators, or is she just worried about how she feel because black people don't mess with her because of that?
She's just worried about how she feels.
She just worried about how she feels. White people have ulterior motives. Right. Oh, slavery was a long time ago. How do you treat me now? Huh?
She thinks that the girls in class was gonna probably be on her.
Yeah, and she should feel that way. Because I'm pretty sure they probably did want to. Right. You know, black people haven't forgotten about that. You know, they got this little thing in them where they want the white man to be nice. They got the black people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. It's something in them that just hope that this magical unicorn somehow will turn out to be a magical unicorn. But instead, being a Loch Ness monster from under the sea that spit nothing but fire when he breathed, fire and sulfur. That's what the white man truly is. You know, with no matter how much we try to love the white man, it will never change his character and his thought pattern and his identity. It's only sad when it happens to the white man. How much do that happen to black people? How many black people she probably didn't see in the class uncomfortable because it's a majority of white people around? And pretty much all the white people probably looking at them in all types of disgust. I guarantee she's seen that multiple times. I bet you she didn't feel sad then. That's justice. That's equality. White people love to talk about equality and let's be equal. We equal now. Okay, that's equal. That's equality. For you to feel the same way about a yellow person, a red person, or a green person. If it happens to them, you should feel the same way. But white people don't feel it. You know, they all got ulterior motive. Finish the rest of that scripture for me, y'all.
Come. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chastens and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth.
The Lord said he chastised and scourges. You know what scourge is? That's like fervent heat being sprayed on something to get all the impurities out. That's why the Lord does that. He loves us so much that he wants us to be so perfect. The Lord loves us. He never stopped loving us. He never stopped. He never will. So when you struggling and you barely paying no bills, you barely getting by, that's why. Because the Lord loves you. That don't even seem like love, do it. Same way a parent do with a child. A parent, you get a whooping by your mom. I ain't got a whooping pretty much by I haven't got a whooping by nobody in this life except for my relatives. Why is that? Why have I only got punished by my relatives? Why I only got beat by my relatives? That's because they love me. They wish that I do better. Same way the Lord loves us. He wished that we do better. He's trying to show us better. How can he show us better if we don't know right from wrong? How can he show us better if we can't keep the law, statutes, and commandments? How can he teach us? That's how he teaches. So with that being said, that's it for that verse. All right, well that's our time. You know, Shalom Israel, we are the Isupk, coming out of 125th Street and 1 West, Harlem, New York. We are not affiliated with no other Israelite group on the planet Earth. This is the Tuesday breakdown class. You know, once again, we got Sharpen the Sword Radio every Sunday with Captain DeGarver Bar. Y'all tune in to that. It's at 11 a.m. in the morning. You know, tune in to that. We'll be covering and going over a lot of things. You know, you won't want to miss. You know, all the new, the recent news topics and different things like that. We got a food drive once again every last and first Friday of the month. You know, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, come get what y'all need. Come get what y'all need. If you don't need none and you blessed with, you blessed abundantly, you know, come drop some things off. So when you're not blessed, or for your people who are not blessed as much as you know, come drop things off. You know, clothes, food, hygiene. You know, we need it all to take care of our people. And with that being said, Shalom, Israel.